Hey everyone, so today I want to bring something to you that might bring some more clarity, more understanding when you hear certain things when you're in business about it's not what you do, it's who you are. It's your beingness that counts. And a lot of people have like a blank stare, or they have something in their mind that goes blank because they don't really understand this, and I'm going to explain to you why, so that now you'll have more clarity around it. So I'm going to talk to you about some things that we were given as children, things that we heard throughout our young life that is impacting who we are now. These are what people might call money blocks. People might call these, childhood traumas, childhood wounds. But what I want to really bring to your attention is that these subtle belief systems are not physical. Okay, they were given to you as words, but they are not in the physical realm. And this is not why you have what you have. These are impacting you in a completely different place. And I want to share that with you today. My goal is to bring a new awareness to all of you, to realize that wherever you are in your business, that if you're working hard, if you're struggling, if you're not happy, if you're feeling like things are just too hard, it just doesn't feel right, listen to that, because there's something that you're doing that's out of alignment with what you should be doing or how things should be done. And you don't know where to look other than the third dimension, and that's why you're stuck. So I want to bring 3 different things that came up to us when we were young and how it's impacting us today. So the first one I want to bring up is the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm sure every single one of you heard this as a child or throughout your younger years. So what this really means on a deep unconscious level is you can't trust yourself, right? So not having trust in yourself is detrimental to entrepreneurs, because you have to be able to have self-confidence, self-worth, to take risks, to deal with what you get when you step outside the box. So self-confidence is vital, but on a subliminal type of message, on an underlying message that goes right into that mind that controls you, you are now getting this belief like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Like, you can't trust yourself, so you're going to need a plan B, plan C, plan D, and so forth. Don't put your eggs in all one basket also gives you the energy, the energetics and understanding that your subconscious mind totally gets that risk is bad. Like, don't put everything there, because if you fail, oh my God. Like, don't do that. It is scary, it is risky, and you know what? Something bad could happen. So do you understand that how we behave is we avoid pain, we avoid anything that's going to make us feel bad, and we always want to feel good. We want to just keep doing things that are familiar. But if you keep doing that, you'll never change. If you keep doing that, you'll keep the same income, the same clients, the same business level. I mean, this is where I want you guys to understand the programming started early, and to understand certain things that were said, that when they were embedded into the mind, the one that you may not know too much about, that's creating your identity and shaping your reality, this is still creating and shaping your reality to this day. Now, I want to talk to you about energy, because how can you not when everything is energy? So let's look at don't put all your eggs in one basket. So this is where it's saying, listen, don't just focus on that. Have multiple outcomes or multiple backup plans just in case. So that is also implanting doubt in your mind. Now, as an entrepreneur, you can have doubt, but you've got to be able to work through the doubt and understand that it's just a doubt, it's just a thought, it's just a belief, don't matter, keep going. But for most people, this stops them dead in their tracks. So this one saying is already telling you, you cannot trust yourself, because you probably won't be able to do it be able to do it. So have all these multiple backup plans. Energetically, the second thing is that when you understand like what you focus on, let's grow and expand, where you place your attention is what grows and expands. All of you have heard this before. This is energetics, right? Well, if you are not placing your full attention, that full life force power that moves to and through you, on one thing, but now you're putting it on multiple things, what happens to that? The power starts to get weaker. It starts to be less and less. Each one you just disperse off to another egg in a basket, egg in a basket. So the force that creates the potency of that life force power that moves to and through your consciousness, when you have clarity, when you have made a decision on what you want, now you haven't made a decision. Now you have the in all different places, just in case something works out for you. So this one saying affects you not only on a quantum level, but it's also affecting what you're doing in the physical world. But the physical world is always secondary. The quantum world is where everything begins. So this is where you have beliefs that you got from one saying. You can't trust yourself. Don't think that the first thing's going to work for you. Have multiple backup plans. Basically, just hope that something works out for you. It's like throwing spaghetti at a wall. Like, what are you doing? And so this is the belief system which shapes who we are. So this is one of the things I wanted to bring to your attention that is now ruling your behavior. If you had that as a child, and if you ever think those thoughts within your own self, don't put all your eggs in one basket, don't trust, don't believe in yourself, have multiple backup plans, that takes trust right out of the equation. And energetically, that is a very weak signal. There's fear locked into that signal. There's uncertainty locked in that signal. And what you need to understand is, being in an energetic universe, what you put out, you get back. What you put out, you get back. So if there is some type of energetics underneath you that is afraid that it won't work, worried that you're not smart enough, or that you don't have what it takes to get what it is that you desire, that's in the signal. That's going to come through in your reality as your manifestation. Well, this next one is amazing. If you think you have money blocks, if you're wondering why you're capped in your income, if you're wondering why you never can get to the quantum leap in your business, oh my goodness, let's just talk about this one. Money doesn't grow on trees, right? Money's hard to earn. Like, when you think about what I just shared about don't put all your eggs in one basket, when you think about the energetics behind that, the vibrational frequencies behind that, this is what's controlling you, your behavior, and your reality. So when you have this idea as a child that money don't grow on trees, it's very hard to earn, this will start to show you how you may have been shaped to work extremely hard in your life, where you have gotten all the certifications, you've gotten all the degrees, where you are out there trying to push, because if you do that, that's how you get money, because money is hard to earn. So you have this idea that you need to work hard consistently to finally get to where you want to go. And in most cases, everyone can say this, it doesn't work that way. That is the worst way to get money. It really is, because you're not working in harmony with law. You're not even tapped into the quantum field. You're physically making things work in a material world. That's it. So this belief system is encoded in everybody. This is why people are not all living a more abundant life, a more happy and fulfilling life, because this affects everything about your identity. Right? Because money is like an idol here in this world. It's put on some type of pedestal where people's ideas, people's life is shaped around money. Now, that is not how it should be. You should shape your life the way you want it, not because of money. And when you understand that that's how it works, you will start to actually bring more money in because you're no longer focused on it. Boom, right? What do you focus on all the time? I share this, I think recently in my reels. Whatever you're focusing on will grow and expand. Right? Energy flows where attention goes. So these are just like physics in English in little simple forms to share where your attention is, where the observer is, where you're giving your attention. It collapses the wave into a particle, and boom, the particle is matter. So this is infinite potential. This is where whatever you're looking at, whatever you're giving your emotions to, whatever you're giving your attention to, is what's going to come into your life. And what I love about the third dimension, it's only about feedback and experiences. So you can't even lie to yourself. You cannot lie or trick yourself. So when you look at your life, you'll know exactly what you're thinking and what you're focusing on. And that is what's brilliant about the third dimension. Experiences, feedback to pivot. But you got to know where to change the things. And it's not in the physical world. Okay, this is the best one. I'm saving it for last. You can only believe in what you can see. I'll believe it when I see it. Now, this has so many ripple effects in terms of your personal identity and what you do or what you don't do. But if you just take a look at this particular action, where people won't take action unless they know it's going to work. People won't take risks unless they're guaranteed the outcome before they take the risk. Does this sound familiar to any of you? So if you are someone who has embedded this belief system, which I believe all of us have, where you will not believe something unless you can see it, then you are limited beyond limitation. You know that what your physical senses can only detect is a minimal, like such a low percent of what is here and available to you in this vast universe. And you're only going to limit yourself to only what you can see as real. I hope this sounds preposterous to you guys now. Now, dumbing us down and keeping us ignorant is how we are able to stay locked into these ridiculous beliefs. But when you think about something called the RAS, the reticular activating system, which is a part of your brain, you have to understand that your brain will actually bring you in whatever you're giving your attention to. It is not going to be able to bring everything that's available to you because your conscious mind can't handle it. But when you know about infinite potential in the quantum field, when you know that if you match that, that's what becomes your reality. This is why you only see with your physical senses, right, what you are a match in. Doesn't mean that everything else available isn't there for you. But if you live your life from the frequency of your lack or limitation beliefs where you are now, and believe that the only thing on the physical plane is available to you is what you can see, then you will never be able to change. Now, this was specifically done to keep you guys doing the loop of doom, doing the same life, do over and over and over again, like Groundhog Day. But you have to understand that that doesn't have to stay that way when you understand that your physical senses are only bringing you what you're giving your attention to, which means if you change your attention, if you change your belief systems, you're going to have that RAS system bring in what's already here for you. Circumstances, opportunities, whatever it is you want, if you start to think in alignment with that. You know how excited this is if you really get this? I was so excited when I finally got this, because before knowing this information, you literally feel trapped. You literally feel trapped where you're doing all of the things, nothing's working, or it sometimes works and then it friggin' falls back. But you finally have an answer as to why, but then it's the solution as well. So you have no idea how much it feels so good inside when you realize that you do not have to stay stuck in the life or in the income bracket or in the business or the job that you currently have if you choose to change the way you're thinking. Because you got to understand that your eyesight, what your physical senses are showing you, are only related to your belief systems and what your identity is right now. This is why physically doing more out in the physical world is a waste of your time. It's a waste of your time. 99% of humans are doing that, and they don't have freedom and they don't have overflow of abundance. So clearly, I told you, everything in this timeline is reversed. So what you want to do is start to realize that what you want is already here. You just have to match it. The RAS, the reticular activating system, can detect it once you choose what you want. This is why you have infinite potential. This is why you can choose timelines. And this is why when you have deja vus, right? When you have those coincidences show up, this is when unintentionally or unconsciously, you have chosen a different thought, you're feeling a different way, and you've tapped into a different timeline in that moment, but then you flashed back here again. How would it be if you understood how to do that and stay in that timeline that you want? Now that's powerful. Now, if you pay attention, those three things I just shared, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Money's hard to earn, or it doesn't grow on trees, and you can't believe it unless you can see it, or I only will believe it when I see it. If you understand at a fundamental level that none of these things are physical, but they're impacting your physical expression. None of these things are physical, but you are stopped. You are capped in your physical reality by these particular things. And there's many, many more that we were given. Because these are not in the physical realm. They're in a different realm, the mental and the emotional part of you. And that's what's affecting you as a human being, your identity. That's what's affecting your frequency, and that's what's affecting how you behave. So instead of just doing more behavior of what you're doing to keep getting more of what you've got, how about understand how you change your behavior, right? Where is the root cause of why you're behaving the way you are, and understanding that so that you can change, so that your whole entire reality can switch like this, because it does. Because like I said about the reticular activating system, it's only pulling into your reality what you're giving your attention to. And what I love about the third dimension, you cannot lie to yourself. You can't. Whatever you're seeing manifested in your reality is where you're giving your attention. You cannot fool energy. So if you look at your reality and you're like, I'm seeing repeating patterns, I'm in a relationship over and over again that's the same, or my income always gets to this point and then it stops. I sabotage myself all the way back down until I'm back to that original place. Well, there's a reason for that. But does that mean that you can't have what you want? No, it just means that you don't know how to shift it. So, if this is something that you would love to learn more about, this is intriguing to you, you want to understand the quantum field and how you navigate it, then I have an amazing masterclass coming up called Quantum Reality. It's a 5-day masterclass that's going to start October 1st. And right now it's on presale for $99. It will be full price at $333 when we start. So if this is something you want to learn more about, it is lifetime access if you're not able to make it at the times that I'm going to be teaching it. And we will have on day 5 Q&A. In all my classes, most of my programs, there's always a Q&A so that you can embody the information that you are getting throughout the program or the masterclasses. Because this isn't about just gathering information. You've all done that. You all have enough information. The thing is being able to embody it so that you actually take action with that information. To me, the only way that we'll ever do that is through understanding who you are and why you move and why you don't. So then you can move all the time at your own will, not someone else's. I can only speak for myself, but most entrepreneurs They don't like to be told what to do. They're trailblazers. They want to do things their way. They want to break all the rules. They want to try things the way their intuition's guiding them to do it. They don't want to be capped by anybody. They want to express their full selves. And so this is where I am so excited, because that is how I am made up. And that's what I love to do. So when you feel capped, when you feel stuck, when you feel put in a box, you don't feel good. And you want to figure out how you can escape it, because you're the one that's keeping yourself there. But when you understand how to get out of it, you're free. So the Quantum Reality Masterclass starts October 1st. I'll leave the link to jump in here below in the comments, or you can DM me and I will send you the link. Okay, have a great day. We'll see you soon.